podcast interviewing the Installer of the Year candidates, the top 12. We have a few of them here. I suppose we should go through and have everybody introduce themselves. And as you do, hopefully you'll pop up on the screen. I don't know how we pick.
I guess Dean.
Oh, hi. I'm Dean Beyett from 5 Star Car Stereo.
Jaime
Palafox, Agora Auto Sounds, Agora Hills, California.
Adam.
Adam Devine, Devine Concepts, Naples, Florida.
Marty
Adamschek from Andres Electronics in Courtenay, BC, Canada.
Phillip.
Phil Cantu from Elevated Audio in Lakewood, Colorado.
John
Brettle from Cartoons of Atlanta in Atlanta, Georgia.
Frazier.
Nick Frazier from Innovative Concepts in Wilbraham, Massachusetts.
And Gary Bell.
That's me.
You're not part of this,
you,
though,
Matt
right?
Schaeffer? Yeah, I'm not part of this. I didn't get nominated again.
There's always next year.
Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to put my name in for Rookie of the Year one of these years when I get back into installing.
And I gave it a high school try in 2014, a high school try in 2015, and I was promoted to college in 2016.
Well, there you go. Okay, so welcome to everybody. Congratulations. It is one heck of an accomplishment to get where you've all ended up. I would like to know, first off, how many of you are relieved you don't have to get on an airplane right now and go to Texas?
I would rather be going to Texas.
Yeah.
John. Texas.
I miss hanging out with everybody.
I would be relieved.
Matt, the one guy who flew out of KnowledgeFest.
Yeah, so here's another question. Is any one of your wives or lovers or girlfriends pregnant?
No,
Is
not that I know of.
Situation on award night.
No, way past that point.
So I have the biggest question I came up for you guys is, out of everybody that's nominated, everybody that's made it to the top 12, if it's not you, who do you want it to be? Or who do you think it'll be? I'm staring at Dean right now because he's on my screen. So
the most awkward question right off.
Yep. If you're not voting for yourself, who are you voting for?
I'll start.
John.
He's not even here, but Matt Vowell for Installer of the Year and Dean for Trusted Tech.
Thanks.
Anybody else care to?
Well, I voted for John. Sorry, John. Just throw that at you. I actually voted for you, and that's about as far as I got. I was like, yep, John, done. Sorry, Jaime. I was thinking of you though.
The thought that counts, right?
Yeah, that hug last year, that meant a lot.
Me too.
So I guess let's start here. Who's been here before? Who's been in the top 12 before?
I was same year you started, Matt, back in 2014.
Yeah, that was a fun year.
Yeah,
I have.
Nick, I know Nick has
2017.
a few times, right?
Yeah.
More than once?
In 2018.
Adam, have you been in here before? You have, right?
Just top 50 last year.
Okay.
Last year was my first year throwing my hat in the ring.
But you did win MECP Tech of the Year. I know that's maybe a conflict of interest on this podcast, but
Yeah,
you did win that. So I'm giving you the kudos.
Thank you, sir.
Dean, you were here last year, no?
Yeah. I was here last year.
Me too.
Marty, I feel like you've been here before. And Jaime, we'll get to you. Marty, you've been here before, right?
Nope.
No? Never?
Nope.
How many years?
I tried.
How many years have you been doing this now?
How long have I been installing?
Yeah.
35.
Wow. I don't even want to cuss. Can we cuss on this podcast?
Probably not a good idea.
Okay.
Just let me know when you're gonna cuss, and I'll beep.
How have you not been in here before, Marty?
I tried 2 years ago. I didn't make top 50, and I didn't try last year. And this year I was just too busy. I didn't even think about it. And about 4 days before, Tim Bailey messaged me. He goes, "Yeah, I nominated you, so you better put in a video."
That's always how it happens. It's like somebody's like, "Dude, you just got to do it."
Yeah.
That's a funny story too, because Tim Bailey, reached out to me as well and asked me if I was going to go for it, and so did Matt Vowell. So between those two guys, I was like, man, these two guys are asking me if I should do it. Why not? I should definitely do it, and here I am.
Yeah. And Jaime, I feel like you've been here more than once.
Yeah, this is fourth year top 50, and then third year top 12. Well,
so
17, 18, 19, yeah, third year.
So let me ask you this, Jaime. Obviously, it's a lot to ask to do that video, the top 12 video, right? The top 50, you can kind of like just do it, breeze through it. But like the top 12 video, dude, that's a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
So how do you keep coming back every year knowing that and especially like when you're a shop owner, right? Because you have a whole set of things that you have to do that are like more important than making a video. So like, how do you come back and do it again, knowing that like you might get to the top 12 and you have to do this, hour-long video or whatever it is? Obviously, it's going to take you a long time to create the video. At what point do you stop? Or you keep doing it until you reach a goal? Let me know.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try till I win. And I think I haven't won, not because I don't have what it takes. I think my videos suck. And I suck at editing, and I really do. I'm not really that good at it. And I need help in that aspect. Like I can do I can do anything. I could build anything. I can install anything. I can fix almost anything except my life, right? But I can't. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. I don't have. I have a vision of what I think a video should look like, and none of the video guys that have helped me with the video can see that vision like I see it. It's like when I'm building something, I'm kind of a pain in the ass because I have a certain way I want to build it, and if I have guys here helping me at the shop, I struggle with that because I gotta take the reins and be like, no, do it like this, and I think that's kind of one of my weaknesses as well. It's like, hey, it's your strength, but it's your weakness, right? You can do really well with it, but at the same time, it hurts you. And the same thing happens with the videos. I get help with them, or I try to, and I give my input, but it's not my vision. It's not what I see, what they put out there, and it sucks because I submit the video and I'm like, well, there it goes,
So have you ever thought about learning the skill set, right, of video editing, so you can be in full control over what it is you're putting out? Because I feel like that's kind of like what happened with me. And any of you guys can probably ask Chris McNulty what my first top 50 video looked like. It is the worst video probably ever submitted to mobile electronics. I can almost promise you. It was literally, it was done. No, listen. It was done the night it was due in my bedroom, dark lighting on like my webcam. And I even remember saying at the end of the video, like, I have no idea how to put the pictures of my work in this video. So here's like a link to like a Google Drive page where you can check out. Like, that's what it was.
Well, I still don't want to do that.
If your goal is to win, I feel like you're going to try and do everything in your power to learn different skill sets in order to display Jaime the best way Jaime wants to be displayed, right?
Out of everybody here, how confident are you in your video? Like, how many people are like on a scale of 1 to 100? How happy are you with your video?
I mean, never. Just like
we won't ask
really low, because it's like when I install or I build something. I build it and I go, and it looks better than I imagined it, or better than what I designed. But when it's done, I pick at it like, oh man, I could have done this different, or next time I would do that different.
All right, give me a number. Give me a number. 1 to 100. How happy?
I don't want to say that because it might affect the results.
I believe that envelope is sealed already.
If it was an NFL football team, what team would it be?
Okay, so I honestly,
Jets.
I would say probably what is it? 1 to 100? You said?
Yeah.
Jaime doesn't know football, so he's back to the 1.
I don't know shit about football. Yeah, I don't. But yeah, I know. Let's say 75.
Okay, what about everybody else? How do you feel about your videos?
I think I
Somewhere
can,
around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I think the best thing about this is, to ask us if we're happy with the video. I think none of us would be where we are, even installing, if we were always happy with everything as they are. So I think no matter what, I don't think we're ever going to be fully happy with a video that we do, because we always, I think the group of guys here always push to be something more. So,
John. So now to pivot to John, because I've seen John, really just. He does like different wacky bits every year, right? I mean, one year you had it was like a digital you interviewing you. You know what I mean?
50. That was my top 50, yeah.
Like, you're always doing wacky bits. Obviously, you got I think you probably have like a legit green screen or something going on.
Yes.
But you really taken the initiative to just do something different and be different every year. I've noticed that.
I try to. And I had ideas on my head going forward this year. I always take pictures of my work. So answering the questions, putting the video itself together was never been an issue. This year, though, unfortunately, the week before they were due, I hadn't finished my video yet. I was, planning that week out, okay, I'm going to do all the final editing. And I had a table saw accident, which made my right thumb inoperable on a mouse. So I struggled really hard this year. So I'm like 30% happy with my video.
Hell yeah!
So what does your finger look like now? Is it all silly again? Ooh.
It's been hanging around some Smurfs.
Yeah, so it's blue screened it.
So there's no chance you could rate your video a 10 out of 10 physically.
Well, I mean, you want to see something cool? Look, when I stick it over here, it disappears.
Okay. Wow.
Hey, there you go. I had one of those incidents too in the Snap-on. My Snap-on driver told me, he goes, "There's those of us who have and those of them who will." So just to make you feel a little better.
So Dean, when you do these videos, are you doing it like a YouTube video? Like, are you doing it with the same type of editing? How should I say this? The same editing
program
style? You know what I mean? Because you're trying to be, I think, a little bit more descriptive and intuitive in a video like this versus something that's kind of like quick and snappy like YouTube.
Well, I mean, our YouTube stuff is not quick and snappy. It's pretty long-winded at times, but this year we took it from a different we took it from a different perspective. We had to separate. By we, I always talk like that because it's a partner. Anyways, we just came up with a different idea how we wanted to do this compared to like a YouTube video. When we shot last year's video, we shot those like a YouTube video. We went a little bit too far. Mm-hmm. So when we did these, we kind of looked at what everyone else did, and we're like, oh, okay, let's dial this in a different direction. So we changed course a lot and tried some stuff that we wouldn't normally do in any of our YouTube stuff. Mm-hmm. So it was different. It was fun. Just different techniques that we just don't typically do. So, it's neat.
Yeah.
But Jaime, why didn't you call? Why didn't you call?
Call you?
Yeah. I mean, I know a thing or two. I just saying. I know a guy.
No, bro.
He stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Dean, I think I even told you that I've seen like a pretty large evolution of you this year versus last year.
Well, yeah, we changed. We changed the whole format. So, I mean, when we looked at, because we know what works for YouTube and what we do there. And so that didn't translate out to this. So it was just changing and directing it more towards what this is looking for. So, just like everyone says they had an idea of what they wanted to do, what we thought was going to work last year, was way left. So this year we kind of brought it back in to like, oh, this is what everyone's doing. So let's try to do that and show them what they want to see. So
you sold out, is what you're saying.
Yes, 100%. Well, anytime you make content for anything, you have to know your audience.
Exactly.
And last year we didn't.
And that's why I asked you the question.
Yeah, we didn't know our audience last year. When it comes to making videos, obviously we have, we've been doing the video thing now for 6-7 years. So I mean, we have that locked down. But doing this, we were new to. So just like when we made videos 5-6 years ago, definitely not the content we're creating for people now. We didn't know what we needed to do last year, so we just threw everything at the wall, which, I know you can relate to. And then you just reeled it back in, and we're like, okay, none of this worked, so let's just start over and come up with a plan. We'll look at what everyone else did. We'll do a little bit more research, and we'll come back at it and try to come up with something that would give people what they wanted. So sell out, like Gary said. No?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, from like being a past judge, like actually looking at the videos, I think that everything at the end of the day comes down to criteria, right? You just have to make sure you answer the questions that are asked. And it seems like there's so many years in which people just don't hit all the criteria. You know what I mean?
Sure. Oh, and the first year we looked over.
That's my biggest thing to anyone is you got to hit the criteria, because you can't judge something that isn't in the video, right? Unfortunately, I mean, that's how it is. And then you're coming up short. And every year there's so many people that just don't do and answer the criteria.
For those of you listening at home,
want
to install or want to submit a video next year.
Insider.
Here, Manny, can I say something?
Follow the directions.
Yeah. What's up, Jaime?
I think for me, I hate getting in front of the camera. Even in college, it was really difficult for me. I think I took my speech class 3 times before I actually passed it. And I think that happens to me now. It doesn't mean I can't job, but when somebody puts a camera in front of me, I really choke up. And I see that as the years have gone on for me entering this, I'm getting better and better at it. Now, if somebody comes in my shop and I talk to them, man, they're like, all right, shut up, dude. You've said enough. I already want to buy it. They're ready to buy, and I'm still talking. And they're like, no, dude, you've already sold me. I've seen your stuff. I got it, But I think what happens is all year, I mean, even from last year, when I lost last year, right, because I call it losing because I didn't win, right? And so, or the year before that. But, I said, F this. I didn't say that, but I really said it. But I said, I start from today, the day I come back from Dallas, I'm going to start. And I have thousands of pictures, tens of thousands of pictures of step by step. And when all year long, I'm thinking I'm going to say this, and I write it down. But when you put the camera in front of me and you want me to say it, it doesn't come out naturally. It comes out fake because I have all these thoughts I want to say. I remember in college, I had an instructor, and the dude had so much knowledge that he would stutter and he would want to get the words on. And I could tell his brain was working faster than his mouth could operate. And I think that happens to me. I get choked up. I'm like, wait, crap. Now I got to say this and say that. And I want to say this. And want to say what my values are, what I stand for, what my shop criteria is, whatever it is. But when it comes to the video making, I don't think I can spit it all out either. I do the same thing my professors have done in the past, and they start stuttering, or you have to edit it, or they skip over
I know it's going through Dean's head. He's just like, that's where you put in a jump cut.
I see it, brother. I see it.
I feel like that practice, though, Jaime, is what you have to have seen the return on investment that you've gotten for being part of this, right? Year after year, 100%. You're pushing yourself to be better. And that time you do win, when you finally get to that goal of winning, the year after you're going to get lazy. So you might as well just not win.
Exactly.
And just keep doing this and just keep getting better and better.
I actually don't want to win first place. I want to win second place. That way I can have 2 instead of 1, my man.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Any of you end up winning runner-up.
I got it.
Right? Understand when that happens, that is the best thing to ever happen to you, period.
I know.
I promise you. When
I saw you do it, brother. I saw you do it.
That was the best thing that ever happened to me, because you get so close and it fuels the fire, and then you literally turn it to 1,000 the next year, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And you wouldn't do that if you won straight up, right?
Is there a
And-
question in anybody's head of if they're coming back next year? Or is everybody already like, I'm doing this again next year?
We'll try.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got to go for it again for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
It's good to hear.
You don't have to ask me. You already know. I'm gonna win, man. I'm not
What
gonna
if-
come back.
What if you do win? Like, it's been a while since we had a back-to-back, right? Like, that used to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's kind of like this unwritten gentleman's code now that once you win,
You hang
You
up the
just-
jersey.
yeah,
That's
you
it.
hang up the jersey, you retire, you step back.
Because if you lose, you
there's
really
so-
lose, right?
There's so many talented people in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just had so many people running every single year, it's just, I don't know, man. There's just so many people that deserve recognition for the work that they put in, 100%. But I will say though, if any of you here win, Gary and I both expect the nicest bottle of whiskey
Done.
any of you can find at your local liquor store. I promise you. That's what
And
that's
email
our
me-
expectation.
Email me the shopping list.
That's fair.
we
Because
also
I got
will
a
have
bottle.
you on the show.
I got a bottle from Carlson that's like right around me somewhere.
I can't believe you opened it.
I did. I already started.
It's already gone.
You're
It's
in
gone.
trouble.
already.
You're
It's
in
just an
trouble.
empty bottle.
I mean, it's like half done.
Wait, I'm still waiting for
And
my drink, Manny. Where's my drink?
I don't know. We gotta get together sometime.
You remember that? Remember that? A favor for a favor.
Yep.
And I said, hey,
Yep.
it's a drink. I'll take it in the drink.
Still saving a bottle of Sam Adams Utopia, $300.
Nice.
That's sitting on the shelf waiting.
Very nice. Anybody else have big plans if they win?
Not Disneyland.
Yeah.
When they win?
Yeah.
Not if they win. When they win.
That's it, huh?
Enjoy it.
Nope, no big plans. Go back inside. Put your mask on. Put your mask on and go back inside.
Go back to work.
If I won, I'd probably have to hire more help, brother. I can't catch up now, man. And if I get any busier, I'm screwed. You know, I can't catch up ever. That's why, Gary, I sent you a car. I sent Gary a Lamborghini, right? Why, Gary? Because I'm like, brother, I don't have the time, and this guy's pressuring me. I'm shooting it your way, and I was super happy to do that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
appreciate
man.
that. Thank you.
I mean, that's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah,
do
for
this?
sure, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not complaining, man. This has been nothing but good for me, for sure. So,
What else? Who's nervous?
Hold
Anybody
on.
nervous?
Hold on. I got a question for you.
Apo.
If you win, how many people
Oh, you're just showing off
their
now.
laser and make this little stand to sit in their
That looks
living
janky.
room?
It's moving.
Hold on, with the light. See that?
Oh,
Oh,
easy peasy.
No?
With the light.
look at that. Now you're just showing off, Matt.
How many people are going to get crafty and do something special?
I've already got mine built sitting in the other room. I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
I like the confidence. I like the
Mine's
confidence.
gonna rotate, like around and around.
Matt,
I think I have a mini ornament on that Christmas tree too.
I was just gonna ask, did you make yourself a Christmas ornament? Oh my gosh. He's out of control.
no.
First MECP poster boy, and now there he knew.
Oh.
There wasn't a question in his mind.
You got one of these?
Shh, guys, he's back. He's back.
This is what you do when you're bored.
Little higher,
It's a
little
little
higher.
ornament.
Nice.
I mean, come on. Gotta have fun sometimes.
So, Gary, to answer your question, you said, is anybody nervous? I think the difference this year is the fact that there's nothing to be nervous for because we've all already recorded our acceptance speeches for these awards that we think we might get. So there's no.
Wait, I didn't do that.
Uh-oh.
Am I
Oh
supposed
wait,
to?
they didn't ask you?
They did, but I'm busy, man. I have to run a shop. It's hard. I'm like, really? I just made this video that I had to make customers unhappy because of it. I'm like, sorry, can't work on your car for this whole day. Bye. And now I have to do it again. It's hard.
You're gonna be like, well, Jaime, you were gonna win, but since you didn't send us an acceptance video, we're gonna have to pass you over.
I'll be right back, guys.
I don't know if we should talk about it because it's going to be in front of everyone, but it was just weird trying to do that video, that acceptance video.
Yes. Oh,
like,
you all actually had to do an acceptance video?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just like
What?
you won.
It's like,
It would
thanks?
only be
So
more
weird.
awkward if somebody was like, they didn't ask me.
Hey, don't worry. Tim Bailey won, and he wasn't even there, and it was kind of weird, right? I was there, and I was like, "Where is Tim?" You know.
Hey, Matt wasn't there either.
Yeah, I was.
A bad
That
joke.
was special.
Yeah, what is that? In the past like 5 or 6 years, two of them weren't there. I mean, obviously you had your pregnant wife.
I found out on an airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually talk about that story on like my episode on the podcast, but like we were descending, and I was watching the awards on my phone, and they were nominating like the runner up, and then we were descending, and then they cut off the Wi-Fi. Are you kidding me? And then obviously we land like an hour later, and my phone was blown up when I landed, and I found out what happened, and like I had 0 people to celebrate with. You know what I mean? This every year, and you put in all this effort, and you literally have 0 people to celebrate with. I did like a silent fist bump to the side, and I just looked at like this person who was looking at me like I was a terrorist.
I would have high-fived people at baggage claim.
Yeah.
Yep, hopped on that carousel. Gone for a ride.
Marty, didn't you call Tim to let him know the competition was going on? Like he wasn't even watching?
Yeah, I know he was in Red Lobster having dinner with a bunch of people, and I said, "Well, you got to watch." He's like, "I can't watch it." He's like,
Yeah, because it's pumping with Alaskan king crab legs.
So I was watching it, and then they announced that he won, so I phoned him and told him. He's like, and he just started crying.
And it's not about the food, so I mean, you know.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, it's because this is what my life has become, Red Lobster. I mean, come on, let's be real.
crap! That was fast.
Yeah, it was really quick. We're gonna stay on, and we'll have this continue on our podcast next week. For those of you that are there, feel free to tune in and check out the Old Fashioned Car Audio podcast with Matt and I, and a range of guests from the industry. We appreciate all you guys being here. Good luck, and we're pulling for you.
That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm back on top in June. I said that's life.
Okay.
All right, now we're recording.
All right, ready? So, like, one of the coolest things is like, I guess like chopping it up with like-minded people. Like a lot of the things that you guys said were, I got the chills, man. My hair was standing up on the back of my neck when you guys were talking about the build. And I mean, I listened to all the podcasts, but also the one with Steve Brown, and it was like crazy. Like just some of the comments and some of the phrases that were used. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was, but like, stop fabbing and start finishing, like 100%. You know, some of the, you're like, holy shit, it's 3 a.m. Let's start wrapping these panels. And then it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the tow truck shows up at 9. And I'm like, dude, I've been there a million times. And I don't know why I kill myself doing this. Maybe I love it too much. But it's good to hear you guys, because it's like, it really keeps us going. And people hype me up all the time. I got a decent following. And people always, hey, man, you do nice stuff. And I think that keeps us going. And that's why I wanted to say it to you guys, because it really, you guys are making an impact. And like, I mean, besides the shit you guys build, I mean, Matty builds all right shit, but but no, dude, like just talking about it, like it's awesome, man. Like this is, you know, like I wanted to be a gangbanger when I was a kid. I grew up in Southern California. I mean, Gary knows, you know, I'm from some little shithole, you know, but we want to be gangbangers, and you know, when I do things, I want to do them right. So I was really good at that, but I was like, dude, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. And then I found car audio, like when I was a kid, and I was like, this is what I want to do, man. And then guys like you guys, you know, not Matty, and I'm not saying, Matt, you don't do amazing work. I'm just, our ages are different. I'm older than you, you know, and I'm like, and I'm not saying that because I just didn't know who you were as a kid because you weren't there, right? But Gary and, you know, other dudes like the Fish Man, and I mean, just lots of different people have been there, and it's cool that I get to almost say I'm like them, you know what I mean? Like, and people, when they call me, like I get calls from all over the country, and people are like, hey, I'm going to send you this job and you're the closest guy, or, you know, we help each other out. And I think we become a community, and I love that, man. It's awesome. And you guys like are really powerful characters to who we've become, you know, and that's what, I mean, I used drywall screws and MDF in the door panel a million times before I took a mobile solutions class. And I'm like, wait, what, threaded inserts? Holy shit. Like, and it opened up my life. Like, and just seeing you guys build things. And even when you do build something, like Matt talks about it all the time. He's like, hey, I built this and now I'm embarrassed. And that's only a couple of years ago. And then now it's a couple of years more and you get better and better. And
right.
I think, you know, growth is.
And dude, that's natural. I feel like every one of you guys should look at stuff you did, you know, a few years ago and be like, dude, you know,
some people don't, bro.
Probably could have done that. Probably could have done that a lot better at this point.
Yeah, but some people don't.
That's how you should look at things. It's so healthy and natural, and you should always look at what you did in the past and feel like you could have done it better, because that means you're progressing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Be your own critic.
And here's a question. So, how many people during your workday? How many people wear headphones all day?
Depends on the day, but I do.
Never.
All day, John?
So, I mean, it depends on the day. I'll wear them 4 or 5 hours a day. Yeah.
Everyone else, nothing?
No,
Never.
If I'm in the wood shop, you know,
Yeah,
that's the only time.
On the weekends, I come in to work on projects where like we're not technically open, and then that's when I have headphones. But you know, Monday through Friday, I gotta unfortunately answer phones and stuff at the same time with customers coming in.
Now, when you're wearing headphones, are you listening to podcasts or are you listening to music?
Music.
I'm listening to music.
Wow, it's crazy to me.
Wow.
I don't wear anything.
I feel like just music is so repetitive. Like when I work, the second I get to work, I literally throw on headphones and I listen to podcasts.
Podcasts make me work slow, man.
Sports
I listen to talk radio and I work slow.
You know, something. Because I feel like I have to educate myself as I get through the day. When you listen to music, for me, it's just repetitive. How many times can you hear Journey? I mean,
yeah, but there's a lot of music out there, Matty, that you haven't heard, you know, and sometimes, you know, when a customer plays a song.
I mean, like, I haven't heard. Are you kidding me? What does it even mean? Tell me one thing I haven't heard.
Really? I don't know. Customers open my eyes all the time. I get customers that come in, bro, and they play this track, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, you know, they're out there. But, you know, our demographic's totally different, man. Yeah, have you ever installed an epicenter, Manny?
When I lived in Manassas, Virginia, all the time.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact, John Brettle. Fishman worked 2 miles down the street from me when I worked in Manassas.
Where was he at?
Electronics Plus.
Oh, that's right. McNulty told me about that.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Weird, right?
Yes. Yeah, we missed each other in Manassas by like 4 years or something like that, I think. When were you in Manassas?
I was there from 2008 to maybe, I don't know what happens after that. But
well, so because I moved down to Georgia in 2006, and I was in Chantilly with McNulty for, I believe, 2 years, and before that I was in Manassas.
Isn't that a song, The Devil Went Down to Georgia?
Yeah. Here I am.
Hold on. Shout out real quick to KO Distilling, who is a whiskey company, bourbon whiskey company in Manassas, Virginia. Maybe they'll sponsor the podcast.
It's not for a lack of trying, man.
Hey, you got to do your shot.
I got to
Gary's back.
I got to tell you and Gary. So I am normally a mixed drink person. I don't do sipping whiskey or anything like that, right? But when I started listening to y'all's podcast and I knew Matt that you drank old fashions, and found out Gary did listen to the podcast. So I was like, you know what? I'm almost 50 years old. I probably need to step up my drinking game a little bit, right? So I've got some, what did I have upstairs? Knob Creek or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna try an old fashioned this weekend. This was literally Saturday. And I went out with my wife on Friday. I went to the Total Wine. I wanted to get the round ice balls, you know. And all that stuff.
Doing it right.
Got all the stuff I thought I needed, mixed it up. She's over there, you know, doing what she's trying to make it for me. I was like, all right, cool. And I make one, and I took one sip of.
So here, like, I've had so many people over my house, and they're like, you know what, make me an old fashioned your way, and I'm like, okay, and then I give it to them, and I remember like one of my good friends, the guy that developed my website, he's like, yeah, it's fine, Mama didn't raise no bitch, and then I gave it to him, and then he was just like. After he sipped it, and he's like, I think kind of Mama raised a bitch. No, so hold on.
At some point,
let's go around real quick. Nick, when you're at a bar at KnowledgeFest, what am I ordering for you?
A vodka Red Bull.
Okay, John?
Yep, vodka Red Bull or sugar-free Red Bull or Monster, something, yeah.
Okay, you two can hang out all night. Phillip?
I'm a Jameson and Coke guy.
Okay, Marty?
It'd be probably Corona.
Okay, Adam?
Jameson rocks.
You can hang out with Phillip. Jaime?
I probably already had some liquor before I got to the bar because that's how I set it up. You can buy anything you want after that, but usually beer, like, you know, Corona and.
Yeah, I always buy a bottle and have it in my room. So I'm making my drinks in the room and bringing them down.
Sounds like you can hang out with Jaime.
Dean? Sounds like John's gonna hang out with everybody.
Yeah,
John does hang out with everybody.
I do.
Yeah. I like that.
I don't drink, so I'm getting.
I mean, that's a fine answer too. And Gary?
You get a Coke.
Yeah, it's always an old fashioned these days.
Okay. So the whole reason I even drink old fashions and got turned on to them was because of. Can anyone answer the question?
I used to know this answer because you either
said
told
this before.
Or it was on the podcast. I can't remember
Based
what it was.
on a TV show.
I know, and I know because I have the glass, the real glass.
It's definitely from Mad Men.
Yep.
Don Draper.
Yep.
Yes.
The most suave, like, listen, I'm not gay by any means. I'm
You're
just
still
saying,
recording,
John,
right, Gary?
Looking guy.
Yeah, 100%.
And
$20 is $20.
yeah, yeah, and his drink is an old fashioned, and I just want to follow in his footsteps.
You guys know Mike Belair?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Gary, yeah, that's the reason I drink them because I don't drink them all the time, but I went to KnowledgeFest and he's like, "Oh man, I drink these drinks," and I'm like, "What's it called?" He's like, "It's an old fashioned." And we were at Audio Tech Fisher, Larry Penn, right? He had a little gathering there right after, so they invited me over, and I said, "Oh, yeah, dude, I'll give it a shot." And they were awesome. Mine's not awesome; those were awesome. Mine's got a little bit more bite than theirs did for sure.
At some point, if we do like a video episode, I'll try to film my wife. My wife like hand muddles like the orange peel into it. She goes nuts with it. Yeah.
That's what she did to make mine. She was over there muddling and I still didn't like it.
I tried to do that, but I didn't know what I was doing.
So
how
Dean,
to videos.
Yes.
Dean, I know you're a Disney guy.
Yes.
I'm going to Disney next week. Actually, Sunday
Okay.
for a full week. Have you ever been to the Edison bar?
No. Oh, it just opened. I know where it is, but I have
Okay.
not been there.
Excellent old fashions, excellent Manhattans. I was actually just watching a Disney vlogger who was there. And it was actually kind of a show because, like, the year of COVID, you would think you would take a little bit of precaution with sanitary measures. Like,
No,
in this video, the guy took, like, the orange peel and literally, like, with his finger rubbed it around the rim and then shoved it into the glass with his finger. And I was just looking at it. I'm like, no.
And then he licked it afterwards.
It's like coughing without a mask in a store. Like, you might as well move to a different city.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's when you're on Disney property, they are very particular about like the mask thing. But anywhere else, it's just kind of a joke. But We were there 2 weeks ago, and it's interesting walking around because they are really Nazis. Like, I took my mask off to wipe my face off, and they're like, "Mask!" And I was like, "Jesus Christ, everyone just breathe." You know, and like my daughter, she'll be talking, and as you talk, it pops below your nose, and they're just there, cover your nose, and you're like, "Jesus, okay, just."
Is there a person just walking behind you? Just
Oh
making
yeah,
sure?
oh yeah.
Happiest place on earth.
So I think Gary and I have even brought this up. I think we brought it up with Steve Brown on one of the episodes where, like, as a fabricator, you realize just how insignificant you are when it comes to Disney and like their prop builders and just just code it. How many? Let me just start and I'll backtrack. Right? How many people that when you go into, like, say a building that's nice or like a hotel in Vegas, how many people just look around and are just like, how did they build this?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
So the funny story was we were walking around. It was Ada and I, because we go there with his family a lot, and whenever they're in town. And there's Belle's Enchanted Storybook thing where you go and okay. So when it's a mirror and then it opens up into a doorway.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
And that just flipped him out. Like, he got off that thing because I'd done it a million times. I'm like, I'm good. And he's like, bro, that door. And he just kept going on it and staring at it until he got done with it. He's like, I know what they did now. And I was like, okay, it's okay. And then we walked around just like, I know when you went there last time, you walked around Star Wars Land and you were just like taking pictures of everything. And he was working on an Accord build at the time. And so he was doing the same thing. He's just walking around, and I was going, "Hey, Maddie, what's going on?" He's like, "Shut up!" And but he was doing the same thing, and he went back and he sent me a picture of the 8 pillars he built, and he's like, "Hey, remember seeing this?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, this is great." So I mean, whatever you do when you walk around, I mean, you have to be looking at everything. Just going, I'm not going to steal that, but I want to be inspired by that.
Right, like when you walk into Batu, right? And you go on Smuggler's Run, and you go through that queue line.
Oh, yeah.
To understand that everything that you see there is built one-off.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, every piece of luggage is, like, fabricated.
Well, dude, have you been to...
We're now Disney podcast.
What are we talking about? Disney?
Is this going to be the Disney podcast?
Yeah.
Wait, talking about Disney World?
The last
like I said, hey. Our podcast, hold on. Yeah, our podcast revolves around organic conversation. So, John Brettle, you need to stop talking right now.
So the nice thing about Pandora,
I think we all need to go to Disney.
We got to see it being built. So, like, we saw the metal structure. We saw as they added things to it, and you're just looking at it, and you're just going like, these guys are insane. Because it's like all of a sudden there's these floating rocks in the air, and you're like, how did they do that?
Right.
And then make it look like it's real. And you just walk around and you can't help but sit there and go, I could take a picture of this, but I just want to stare at it for 20 minutes because I need to burn this into my brain and try to figure out, deconstruct it.
I guess because I've been to Disneyland and everything looks like it's built really shitty. Is that just me or is Disneyland?
Yeah, that's Disneyland.
Disneyland is
world.
You got to go to the real Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't the original Disney here? This is the OG though, right?
This is the OG. This is the OG.
The one here is the OG, but they haven't touched it up much. So
Gary,
there's a lot of old shit there.
Gary, so Disneyland is like Walmart and Disney World.
Come on, man! Don't dog us out, bro. Why are you dogging us the West Coast, bro? Come on. Why are you dogging us out, bro? Come on, we're the OGs, bro.
Wow.
Disneyland.
I mean, how many times this year have you had to shovel snow?
Never, my man. I don't even know what snow looks like.
Oh
okay.
man,
just
it's
checking.
a pain.
Just checking.
Looks like you don't want to do it.
Well, wait. Actually, last year it snowed, but they said it didn't stick because it wasn't cold enough. I don't even know what that means. Right. So it snowed a little bit.
Remember last week when it was really freaking cold? It got down to
it
like
was
64?
72 here. It was 72 at the shop, bro. I was dying. That shit's crazy, bro. The skies were all blue.
It's cold. It's getting cold.
Yeah, it's like it's the reverse temperature here.
Dude, there was like 3 clouds and the sky was so blue. I was like, oh my God, this 72's got to go away. This is crazy.
That's awful.
And my car, bro, my car has no rust. I don't know why that happens when other cars come from other states. I'm like, what is this Cheeto dust you guys have?
We know what.
What happened? Where'd you go, John?
I was trying to show you my phone, but it just disappeared. It's 32
Yeah, I know.
degrees
You're
here.
like David Blaine over
Oh
there.
gosh.
Visibility.
That's weird. Why did you do that?
So listening because you can't see what we're seeing, but
Oh, I know that sucks because it's
Yeah.
a podcast, right?
it's just
I
an
mean,
audio.
hey,
file.
we could upload this as a video podcast.
We could.
We can do that.
Huh.
Be our first one.
But now you're setting a precedent for everything to be video going forward.
Yeah,
And there's no
you
way
like-
that I'm tilting a lamp on my couch to shine in front of me to give me good face lighting on a daily basis. It's not
Usually,
happening.
Matt
I can
freaking
tell you
cares
when
into it.
nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I
They're
don't
watching
think you
on a
need lighting.
phone.
So I remember for my Installer of the Year video, I sent a text to Fish, and I was like, hey, do you think you could do a video for me for my Installer of the Year video? It'd be awesome, but please just make sure you shoot it in portrait mode. This means holding the phone side to side.
Oh, so I just move my phone? Is that what you guys are saying?
Yeah, rotate it 90
From
degrees.
Side to side.
Oh, no shit. Why'd you guys wait till the end to say that?
And
I didn't want to.
Big.
I didn't want to be
You could have
rude.
won. You could have won.
you already got more points on the score sheet.
There it is.
Bam.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. That's
Now
already
you're
so much better.
I'm sorry, guys. Shit. Why'd you guys say something?
I didn't want to be.
Because
I'm not nice. We don't know each other that well. I didn't want to be rude.
I'm
No,
a
there
real
has
dude,
to
man.
just be that guy.
Dude,
that
I'm
guy.
a regular guy, man. I tell customers, they come in, they're like, it's you. And I'm like, dude, I'm just a regular person, man. What do you want? Do it.
So what was everyone's like main install vehicle?
Mine
I know
was
a-
non-traditional.
I know a few of them.
You should call out names so people can answer without
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
Jeez, me first. Mine was a
Your
20.
top left. I'm sorry. That's just the natural orientation of the video that I'm looking at.
Mine was a 2018 Honda Accord.
What'd you do?
So it was a fixer upper first. The guy just bought it and didn't know there was an audio system in there that was pretty poorly done. So it was the amplified system. So we did a K2 active front stage, rear fill, corner loaded fiberglass enclosure with a grill over it with lighting underneath it, full radar system using the IR acrylic to hide everything in the bumper. So, and then there was a remote start in there as well, and some other lighting and what have you.
John.
2020 Navigator that I did. I used that one, the 2020 Navigator. So I think I ended up doing four VXI amplifiers. We did Focal KRX speakers. But that's the vehicle I did for my videos.
Phillip.
I don't remember what year it was, but it was a FJ Cruiser. If some of y'all have seen it, it was the Ghostbusters monstrosity that was nothing traditional by any means. It was very, like, he had a lot of weird, oddball requests, and he was a big cosplay and, Disney guy. So, he goes out and does parades and events and things like that. And the main goal for this vehicle was to have, parade audio on the outside of the vehicle. So audio in the front, audio in the back, side to side. And then he also wanted it to sound really, really good on the inside as well with, a really good front stage, centered image, DSP tune, all that good stuff. And the most important thing was we had to cram all this equipment in there and squeeze it all to the outsides of the vehicle. So that way he still had all the room for his proton packs, his Ghostbusters backpack things, right? So he'll literally suit up with 3 of his other buddies, go out to a party, and they all have, the blasters and all this stuff, and they all hang out together.
Hold on,
go to
Phillip.
bars
Let me
and-
stop you. Did you judge him when he came in with the blaster on his back?
I didn't, because it's a crazy story, right? So I started Elevated Audio this summer, and he was like the 5th person I talked to, and he was a previous customer of theirs from years past, and he had done some stuff here or there. So these guys were already familiar with him. They already kind of briefed me about him. He's a great storyteller. He's just got a lot of stories to tell, and all sorts of cool stuff. So met him, quickly struck up a friendship, and he just wanted to, throw the kitchen sink at it. And at the end of the day, we had, 8 speakers on the outside, pair components on the front stage, coaxes in the rear, 7 amplifiers total, DSP Ultra, power supplies, power inverters, lights galore, fiberglass everywhere. I mean, it was all sorts of stuff. It was a major stressor in my life for about a month.
After this, message me those pictures. I'm very curious to see it.
Oh, it doesn't look like my traditional builds. It looks kind of unfinished, but that's what he wanted. He wanted something that looked, really exposed wiring, sci-fi, movie type stuff, and he didn't even want something that was like, finished painted. If I was going to paint something, he wanted it all scraped up and distressed and
That's
stuff.
kind of
like
cool,
that.
though.
So, yeah, it was. It was really unique.
It was awesome.
Instagram? What's your Instagram, bro?
Philbilt. Philbilt.
It was pretty badass looking. That was cool, man. I watched the whole build. I was like, damn, this is so neat.
It was an intense month. It was very intimidating for one because, he said all this stuff that he wanted to do and I had to figure out how to get it done, and I've got a teammate here as well. He did a lot of my wiring and amp runs and stuff like that. So I didn't do everything. But, I was kind of the project leader and kind of got things set up and made sure that, my had the, work available to him so that way we can, get it done. And, it was a big one. And I know you guys want to reach out. I'll send you as many pictures or whatever as you want.
Marty?
I had 2 of them. I wasn't really prepared for this. So I think the biggest one would have been the 2014 Camaro. And it was a kind of a rebuild of a different store did it. And it was terrible. So it came to me, and my boss was like, "Oh, we're gonna stereo in this thing." I'm like, "All right." He goes, "Yeah, we're gonna do 410s." I'm like, what? He goes, "Yeah, we're gonna stick 410s in the back of this thing." So I was like, "All right." So we did the 4 Hertz Melee Legend 10s in the back of it, 3 big Zapco amps running everything. Hertz Melee Legend components, 3-way components active up front, 2-way active in the rear. We did Kenwood deck and the Helix DSP Pro running everything, and it was absolutely amazing. The pictures, I posted shit out of this thing. Everything in the back was all lit up blue with black vinyl. It was nice, because this guy had no idea what I was doing, not a single clue. Didn't even know what he bought. He just showed up at the end of it, and I just had the trunk closed. I'm like, "Hey, you want to see it?" And he's like, "Yeah." And this guy's usually really animated with everything, and so I opened up the trunk, and he just stopped, and he just kind of leaned into it, and he just kind of looked side to side, and he teared up a little bit, and that was, I've never seen anything like that. And he's like, I got nothing.
That's cool.
You want to hear it? And he's like,
Wait.
yeah.
So hold on. I don't want to cut you off, Marty. Obviously, you'll continue your story, but I want to know, because it's on the top of my head, how many people, when you do something that has a lot of fabrication to it, right? You do a lot of fab. Obviously, it's something that's supposed to sound really good. How many people, like what do you demo first?
Sound.
Are you demoing the audio system first and then showing the fab? Or are you showing the fab and then demoing the audio system?
Depends on the customer. This guy, we showed him first, and then I said, "You want to hear it?" He's like, "Yeah." And we got in there, and he just went through about 7 or 8 different songs, and he's just like, "Yeah, this is it. This is what I wanted."
John?
Yeah, I mean, 9 times out of 10, it's probably the audio first. I do have the customer every now and then. Well, not every now and then. I've had a customer for about 3 years. The Firebird that I just finished up, the 69 Firebird I just finished up. It was about the sound, but it was more about the fab, because it was a full interior, full trunk, full dash build, and and I had to send him pictures all the time, and I was constantly updating my Instagram and all that stuff so he could see everything. So he was very excited about the fab side of it. But when the car was finally done, literally 3 weeks ago, and he picked it up, He drove it home. He drove the car home. Had all kinds of mechanical issues with the car because it's the first time he drove the car. And he was telling me, he's like, man, he's like, I don't know what's going on. This thing's blowing smoke and doing all this stuff. But then he goes, but dude, it sounded awesome. And I was like, cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool from a demo side of things to, if you do something that's aesthetically really, really cool, to demo the audio first.
Yep.
Because once you understand, like, I mean, at the end of the day, we're doing this for audio, right?
Yeah.
Aesthetics is one thing, but audio is the reason why we're doing it. So I think once you can understand, holy shit, it sounds amazing. Nothing is rattling. There's no resonance. And then once you show, like, the display of what it is you built, and you know that, like, none of that rattled, and it looks the way that it does, it just hits way harder than if you were to show it first and then demo the audio.
Oh yeah,
I
agree.
I usually
100%.
go the other way. Actually, I usually
Really?
show everything.
I think you need to flip it one time. Get a different-
Right.
I'll be
And
right
I
over
will,
Yeah,
too.
no,
there.
I-
I will too. I will too.
I like to kind of show off everything that we built, kind of walk through everything. I always show like wherever fusing is and kind of give them all the technical aspects of it and kind of build that anticipation to like actually hearing it and just making sure they understand the quality of it and what we've done, and then let them hear it. Kind of give them that, you know.
Hey,
Okay.
Slight change of topic, Gary. Do we need to pay your electric bill or something? Are you cold?
No.
You look like you're sitting there with a jacket on, and you're like,
You know
You're like,
what, John? You know
I'm
what it
trying to
is?
be
It's
close to the microphone.
Hey, we're in SoCal, and it's for us. It's 72 is really cold.
Yeah,
John. You gotta
I
understand.
got
Look, I'm wearing a
I
thermal,
think-
bro.
I think
rough
when you do
life.
enough podcasts, you realize you have to talk right into the mic. Like,
Yep.
you probably can't even see half my face because I'm into the mic.
Yep.
When you post produce everything, it's way easier when you're right here against the mic.
yeah, no, I get that.
Dean's like, yeah, I know.
That's why they got that silky soft voice. They got the mics.
My mic's right here out of frame.
Man, my shit's off my phone. Is that wrong?
No, you're good.
Here's,
You're
here's
good.
actually
It actually sounds really good, Jaime.
Yeah.
Like,
I should be quiet now.
You know,
Too much.
you know what's funny? So I'm sitting in my basement, and this is where my stepson usually is when he's.
What's a basement?
It's a swimming pool without water.
Yeah,
ah,
and he's an avid
Oh,
gamer. And he also, you know, he does YouTube video or YouTube and Twitch videos and stuff like that. So I'm sitting here and I've got my MacBook is what I'm talking to you guys on with my earpods. But I'm looking in front of me behind my MacBook and I see probably a 20-inch monitor, another 20-inch monitor, a webcam, and a nice boom mic
There you go.
that I'm not using.
What is all that stuff? What are all those gadgets?
That's all. Yeah.
You know those
They're
videos
like router
you wanted to
bits.
make?
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah,
Nope.
right. You should have your stepson help you.
Hey, can you send me some of that?
Yeah, I would, except he's actually up in Virginia.
No, I meant the microphone and all that shit you're not using right now.
Oh.
I'll use it next year. All right, keep going. Who's next? I want to see what other builds.
Oh, yeah.
I see
Okay.
everybody.
So hold on. Let's go back to Marty because we cut him off.
Yeah, sorry.
I have a great memory, Marty. You should appreciate that. I'm going back to you.
So somehow Marty put 410s in the trunk.
Yeah. No, I think I was done.
Okay. All right.
Marty, how come you weren't excited about putting 410s in the trunk? Because when somebody tells me put 4 of anything, I'm fucking stoked, bro. Let's do it.
You're in
Yeah,
California.
try to put him in that car.
Marty, you're in
I mean,
Canada, right?
Yep.
Cold.
Yeah,
Oh, he's cold.
That's why
right now.
Jaime.
Oh, he's cold?
He's in Canada.
Oh,
Yeah, this was it was right before Christmas, so there was snow on the ground and car in my bay and the door wide open. So
So Marty, since you're from Canada,
Yeah.
here's a question that's been on my mind this whole podcast. Have you ever put more than one remote start in a car?
It's like a
The
fail
same
safe,
car?
like a backup.
wait, why is that question?
Is that why you want a
What would
backup?
the use
Wait,
case
so
be?
you put 2 remote starts? Is that what you're asking, Maddie?
Yeah.
So it's extra warm, you know.
You know why we put remote starts in the cars in California so we could turn on the AC?
Exactly.
yeah.
Is that wrong?
Yep.
Yep.
Right, Gary?
No, I'm just being
More-
funny.
That's how it was when I
That
was
roll
back
down the
in
windows.
in
Let the heat
Colorado.
out.
All right, so let's travel to the opposite side of the globe and let's go to Adam.
All right. So for mine, I had a pretty crazy client. He was a University of Florida alumni.
Hold on. I hope this client's not listening because you called him crazy.
Oh, he knows it. I call him
Send us the list of
Wait, is
apologies.
Crazy bad?
All the other Orlando and everybody else.
03 350Z. He does like CAT scans and MRI imaging, and so he's an older gentleman.
So wait. Did you put a CAT scan in the 350Z?
We could have.
Yeah, so
This is not Pimp My Ride.
So we had to reel this guy back in a lot. We had some design ideas and some concepts, and he just wanted to gatorize this whole car.
Gatorize?
Like
Alligator?
yeah, like so. He has
he sells
alligators.
Like we're like big timers?
No,
Like
it
the
sounds
rap
like
group?
Mexicans make alligator boots, bro. Seriously, bro, my people do that.
The seats are getting upholstered in alligator skin right now as we speak. The carpet and the floor is green. The whole dash is airbrushed with gator eyeballs and gator scales and heads. I picked this car because I got into upholstery and taught myself how to sew and stitch and do diamond stitch. So I wanted to incorporate that.
Pretty good, man.
As something I learned. So we did a diamond stitch headliner on it, and he loved it. And then now, versus it being an accent, he started like, hey, can we diamond stitch the doors? I'm like, sure, why not? Let's do it. Let's do custom door panels. So we did that, and then he's like, well, maybe we can do the whole trunk in diamond stitch. I'm like, no. I'm like, it's supposed to be an accent. It's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be, subtle. I said, you're going to look like you're in an insane asylum, and it'll be just like all patterned walls all around you. And he's like, okay, yeah, I guess you're right. But we chose that car because we incorporated a lot of new techniques and things we learned over the past year. So we did a false floor in the back with some acrylic lighting, some laser etched gator head in there that all lit up green. We did Audison SR amps, 2 Audison 8-inch subs in the factory locations and little cubbies behind the seats. A Sony 5500, an Audison Bitnove, and then we used the AudioQuest Golden Gate cable for aux-in for his Sony high-res player. We did Cento Pro components up front and Cento Pro coaxials in the rear, and he was stoked. He's absolutely thrilled. He'll be back probably in a month or so after he gets the paint fixed up. We got a couple other things we're going to touch up on it. I'm sure it'll never be done. He's one of those guys who will just keep rotating back with new ideas or want to add something else. So
should have a big gator head coming off the roof.
I was going to say, did you?
No,
I've seen alligator skeleton heads.
No,
like,
I saw a gator. Some dude had a headliner and he had a gator on the top, and the fucking head was sticking out right out the center where the overhead console.
That sounds so California to me.
Whatever, Matty. I don't hear you.
Definitely. I had 24 student like that.
Don't judge my people, bro.
hey, Matt, you say it sounds so California. I had a customer down here in Atlanta, okay, that brought me a car that had airbrushed a dinosaur. It was an old bubble Caprice, and he had somebody do the airbrush work on the rear trunk. So it opened the opposite way, so it motorized up this way. That was already done when it came to me.
Okay.
So
suicide trunk?
Huh?
Like a suicide trunk?
Yeah, like a suicide trunk, motorized up this way. Big mural on the outside.
Mural, yeah.
Of a dinosaur scene.
You never been to California, huh, John? Because all the cars,
I know. But I mean, this is Atlanta, is what I'm saying. So this was, I mean, I've seen it before, but just never in person, right? So this is what he brought me, and he wanted me to do the audio work in it, but he wanted it to follow this whole dinosaur theme. Okay. So you mentioned the gator seats and all this stuff. So he had his upholstery guy do gator seats, but it was all like special gator stuff he found because the car was orange. Okay. And
color.
In the gator, the seat, the scales on the seats, it was all like a faded orangish, whatever. You know, it looked, for what it was cool. But anyway,
for the people that can't see the video, if this is a full audio pod, we're all looking at John like he's crazy right now.
No, I'm wondering why you guys think that an alligator on the headliner is a California thing, yet Gary
Florida.
and I are from California. We've never seen a fucking alligator in our lives.
Right, exactly.
Except at the zoo, right? The alligators are your
Maybe in
toes.
TJ at the shoe store.
There's
Oh,
probably
you been
one
there?
behind my shop right now.
I've been there.
Of course.
So this car, he wanted it to follow that theme. So I had to build him a console, a rear deck, a dash, doors, everything, right? So for the console and the dash and into the trunk, I came in the rear console, I came up with an idea of having it like look Tillion type design. I did this in 2007, but this should have been done in 1995.
97.
It was all painted fiberglass. Very little vinyl work. But I did. I built the console, so the console kind of flowed from the dash back. And when I built my ribs, I left them as ribs. So it formed a scaly looking thing, and I followed it all the way through the trunk and through the back. And that was the weirdest thing I'd ever done as far as a theme of a car. And
I'm surprised you're even still in this industry after that.
I know. So here's the messed up thing, right? So the car is called the Donkosaurus. You can Google Donkosaurus.
You won't call him out.
Shit about us.
You won't call him out.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying you can Google Donkosaurus and you'll probably see pictures of the car.
Is it big block?
Yeah,
There's a video.
yeah. And he hits me up on Instagram all the time. Like when I was building the Firebird. So the Firebird is a totally different style build. And
There it is.
He would message me on Instagram and be like, still
On
can't beat the Donkosaurus. There you go. That's it.
Oh my god, it has its own website.
Yeah.
That's the suicide truck. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I think we put a 19-inch LCD TV in the front of that thing.
Hey, John, fiberglass is not a verb, by the way.
Huh?
Fiberglass is not a verb anymore.
Oh yeah, it still is. I don't care.
Fiberglassed it. I fiberglassed it,
Hey,
right? We always say that, right?
That's a
Oh, I know.
4-letter word.
40. There you go.
Fiberglass.
I glassed it.
But
I
but
glassed
it's
your
just,
panel.
it's just funny. Adam bringing up the one with the gators. And like it instantly made. I like picked up my phone and I'm like looking. I'm like, yeah, there's some pictures of it. Like just remember. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, I'm looking at him.
I'm looking at
I'm watching the video right now.
The funny thing is, so that car actually came back to me. He typically will bring it in every now and then, like in the spring before the show season starts, to make sure everything's good to go. And everything's usually fine, except for the fact that he's killed his extra battery that's in the trunk or something because he doesn't maintain it properly. You know, whatever, no big deal.
So he brings it back to you to do like a checkup,
Yeah,
like their
Maintenance.
service manage. Like
yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
So you're a dinosaur doctor.
Apparently, yeah.
Gotta make sure it doesn't go extinct.
Has anybody else had to do like a theme car? Like, because I spent some time at APC, if you guys remember APC, that had the clear taillights.
Oh yeah.
And like Larry
Yeah.
Ashley that ran their demo car department had a lot of crazy ideas. I didn't say stupid. It sounded like I was going to say stupid, but
You were
I
saying
meant to say crazy.
You just had a little too much to drink. It was a little slurring.
Yeah.
of it. That's
What
all.
do you mean, Gary?
Crazy.
What do you mean, Gary? They had like the clear tail light with like the red LED behind it style, or what?
Yeah, like
I mean,
Apicella
That's what the company made. But
I remember.
the cars, right? Like we did one car. Do you guys know Mike Bryceland? He used to be at Sony back in the day, building their demo cars and stuff. We did a lot of stuff with Sony back then. But like one of the coolest cars we did of the themes, it was a Mazda 6 that was a blueprint car. So picture this is probably like 2000, 2001. Car was painted matte white and literally airbrushed was the blueprint of the car over the entire car.
Dope.
It was stupid and cool at the same time. The interior was all white, like every inch of everything. Like just a lot of weird stuff like that. Like I had to be involved in way too many of those things that make me go. But yeah, anybody else had to build like theme stuff that's over the top?
Just the Ghostbusters machine.
Yeah. That's a fun one. A guy that works with me actually makes circuit boards for those proton packs. He does the LED sequencers.
I built
Yeah,
this Ford.
that's nuts.
I built this Ford box, and it said FORD, and then it has LEDs behind it, and then I did put it on my video for installer of the year because It got copied a bunch of times, and customers still walk in and they go, "Hey, you know that Ford you did with the Ford Raptor with the Ford logo in the front?" And I copied the grill, right? And everybody wants me to build that stupid box, and I'm tired of building that dumb box, bro. I don't even post it anymore. I hate it, bro. And that has the most likes on my Instagram. It's like the most popular thing. And I'm like, I don't even like Fords. I'm a Chevy guy. But people want me to build that box, you know. And a couple local guys actually built that box. And they, "Hey, is it cool if I copy this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Let me see what you got," you know. But I hate that box, bro. And you guys have seen it, right? It's the FORD with, right?
Oh, it looked good. But I think to that extent, like whenever we build something, we don't want to build the same thing again. Like,
Oh, I hate that.
Thank you for saying that.
and not to pull Matt's chain here, but I mean Matt's great at it. How many Teslas he's done, and they all look different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They look the same to me. Just kidding, man.
Maddie,
It's because you're looking at it in portrait still.
I don't know. Hey. I already
was a good
moved it.
This goes back to like the 95 pre-2000. I can remember customers walking in with a copy of Car Audio and Electronics, Auto Sound and Security, right? And there was a car gun.
And security.
Yeah. And they walk in with it and they'd be like, "All right, dude, how much to do this?" And they put it on the car. And I'm like, "Dude," I said, "I'm not doing that." "What? What do you mean?" I'm like, I'm not going to try to copy what somebody's already done in that car. And then my second favorite thing is when they come in and they would do that, and it's the picture of, let's say, a Honda Civic trunk, and they're driving a Ford Explorer.
Right.
And they want the same thing. And I'm like, you don't understand
John, but wouldn't you do your own variation on that and just tell them, "Hey, look, dude, like we can do this, but your trunk's not wide enough to fit 410s or whatever it is," and then just make your own variation. I get it when it's like pillars and they're like, "Look at this guy. He has a Prius." And I'm like, "Yeah, the Prius has this little window that's useless." Yep. And they put a little pod there and that has the mid and the tweeter. And you're like, "I have a Toyota Corolla." And I'm like, the Corolla doesn't have the little window. So,
yeah.
Right? But the trunk is different, right? And you give your own variation, even though it doesn't matter what somebody brings me. I always try to bring the best that I can with what they've given me, right? Give me your input,
Sure.
Show me some pictures online, and then I'll do my variation of it. And I have the same problem as you. I can't build the same shit twice. I have a huge problem with that. And that's probably why I'm not rich. I mean, I'm super, super, super loaded, but I'm not rich. You know what I mean?
Well, so what I finally figured out to do with those kinds of customers that were coming in the door is figure out what it was in that picture that they liked. You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, it was just, "Oh, I like the plexiglass."
The lights or something.
I'm sorry, wait a minute. Let me say it properly. Pepsi glass.
What?
Wait, what?
You've never heard it called?
Wait, how do you say? It's called acrylic. Plexiglass is a brand, and you know Chris Pate is a friend of mine, right? Pepsi. You guys know Chris.
Pepsi.
You know Chris Pate, and I watched this video, and you know what he says? He says plexiglass. And I'm like, why does he keep saying plexiglass? Plexiglass. And I'm like, hey, dude, I'm pretty sure it's called acrylic and plexiglass, as we would say it. Maybe in California we have a shitty accent, but is it plexiglass, plexiglass, plexiglass?
But he's from Texas. They have a different dialect.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't say it like that. Okay.
How about
let's say the word plexiglass.
Why do people call it plexiglass? Plexiglass is a brand like
Q-tip.
Well, just like they call Tylenol.
Yeah, like Coke.
Kleenex.
Q-tip.
Yeah, like Tylenol, Q-tips, all that stuff. I mean, you even have people that call subwoofers kickers from, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. But so let me ask everybody, because I don't think it got through.
7.
How many of you have heard a client or customer come in and ask for something done with Pepsi glass?
Never.
Never.
No.
Never happened.
I guess it's an Atlanta thing.
But do you have that, John?
Yeah. Yes.
I'd like to get some of that.
You want some Pepsi glass? I'll go find. I got some in the
I
garage.
want it.
Does it come with Pepsi though?
No.
No.
Sorry, we only serve Coca glass.
Yeah, I've got.
No, actually, in California, we have a lot of Latinos, right? Mexican people or Latin people, and in Spanish, you don't say Pepsi, you say it with a C or a K sound, and you say Pepsi or pizza. We say pizza like there's a T in it, but my people, they say pizza with the K, right? You ever heard that, Gary?
Yeah, and then the other thing is when you go through the drive-through, you can't order, like if you want a lemon lime beverage, you can't order a Sprite because they will give you French fries. So you have to order a Sprite when you go through the drive-through, or you get French fries.
How do you say it?
Yeah, well, Sprite is how it's said, right? But if you go through the drive-through, you have to order a Sprite.
Sprite.
Sprite. I know. I've learned. I've been here my whole life.
Look. Here, I'll give you.
But if you go through the drive-through, you order Sprite, you will get French fries. You'll be like, "Where the fuck is my drink?"
I'm gonna tell you why though. Because okay, I hate to disappoint you guys, but white folks, they say and I say this because I really mean this. Like Maddie says my name, and he says my name is Jaime, right?
Is that hold on? Is that wrong?
It is. It's
yeah,
incorrect.
It's Jamie.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Gary, I thought you were from the SoCal area, bro. What's up?
Whoa.
Okay,
so your name's not Jaime.
Okay, so like let's say like so in Spanish, every letter only has one sound. So you can't say like in English, like the letter A, it could have 3 or 4 different sounds, right? Abraham, apple, and right? It can have 4 different sounds. But in Spanish, every letter only has one sound. And that's the same thing with my name. So my name is Jaime, right? And you don't say, like, so the M-E at the end of my name, it would be Jaime, M-E.
Right.
You
like
wouldn't,
the letter
like,
A. So see the E, that becomes an A.
I wouldn't say that. It would be, okay, but for example, when you say Mexico, you don't say Mexico, right? You don't say M-E, Mexico. You say
Mexico.
You say Mexico?
Mexico.
So then you could say Jaime because the J,
Jaime,
right, is the XI or the X sound. So you should be able to say Jaime. My name is really Jaime. It's not Jaime or Jamie or whatever you guys want to fucking make my name out to be. But the truth is,
I just call you JP.
You're gonna kill me because I don't have.
I'll take it.
You're gonna kill me because I don't have a Spanish dialect to my voice.
No, not at all, Matty. But when you go somewhere, like, let's be real, bro. Like, you know, you're gonna say it the way you think, or right, you're gonna say it that way. But there's a certain way that the word should be said. Like Dean over here, right? He likes to clown me. He's like, oh, we have a joke. It's called Jamie. Okay, that's like my white friends that aren't really my friends because they wouldn't call me that. Right? And they think it's funny. Here's the funny part. My whole life I've been doing this shit. They're like, Jamie. And then I'm like, okay, bro. Like, that's not my fucking name. They're like, it's so funny. And I'm like, hey, bro, tell me something better than when I was in 3rd grade. Okay? Like, give me a good joke, bro. Something hit me, bro. But not with that, you know what I mean? And like, there's certain pronunciations that sometimes we don't understand, but we have to like try to learn, right? Like, hey, look, I watch. Remember that movie?
You do realize who I work with, right?
Look, remember that movie Taps? Remember that movie Taps?
Saying.
Where your kids, they were the Green Berets, right? But it's spelled Green Beret. Let's be fucking real. It says beret, okay? Right? It's a beret, dog, because it's Italian or whatever the fuck word it is, or French word, right? But it's beret, right? And you can say, like, a lot of customers come here and they're like, I'm looking for that focal, right? And we're like, oh, we sell focal, and we have to educate them, right? And it's the same thing with my name, right? And I'm like, how do you guys think it's funny to like clown on my name because you don't know how to fucking say it? Look, my mom would have named me something else. I changed my kids' names, and I would never make them juniors because of you assholes.
So that makes complete sense. That's why people call me Dick instead of Nick. I mean, that makes complete sense now.
It's funny because anytime I go into work and I talk to like a coworker, I'm always like, yeah, what's going on, Richard? You know, because it's just, Richard is a long way of calling someone a dick. It's just,
you can say Rick, though. Rick and Dick is the same, you know, right?
Yeah, but when somebody's name is Dave and you call him Richard, it's just more fun.
Wait, Dave and Richard?
Yeah, like if your coworker's name is Dave and you're like, hey, what's up, Richard?
Why would you call him Richard?
Call him a dick.
Because you're calling him a dick.
Oh, no, here's the one I don't get. I saw the JFK thing, right? How the fuck is John F. Kennedy Jack? Okay, come on, please, somebody tell me how that's Jack, right?
This is going off the rails at this point, Gary.
Okay, but let's be real. It's about names. It's about names. At least you guys can get my name right, guys. Please, my friends. If you guys are my friends, please get my name right. Or try.
One more time.
Can you say it one more time correctly?
Yeah. We'll cut all that into the Jaime episode.
Jaime.
Why don't E? Why Jaime?
I'm sorry, Jaime.
My question is, I want to know if Maddie's ever walked into work and called somebody Richard Cranium.
I told my new guy that, and he didn't get it.
Shit, I don't get it either. What's going on?
That's a dickhead.
He's only 20. So.
That's a dickhead. A cranium, your head's dick. Richard.
Oh, I know what cranium is, but yeah.
So it's dickhead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My question when you got up was, you said you walk into work sometimes. You call Dave Richard, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, have you ever called him Richard Cranium?
No.
Okay.
Dickhead.
Yeah.
Maddie.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
We're
When do you guys go to bed at 12 or something? Come on, bro.
Still drinking Rockstar. Still got time.
I'm going to make another drink.
So what else? Let's Dean's. Who's left?
Dean,
Dean?
you ready?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. What did you do for your project, brother?
Patiently waiting.
What
We
did you do
did
for your project?
F-150, typical F-150. We had a couple Raptors come in that we did. We did two like Raptors back to back. So we did an old Raptor and a new Raptor. And one video got the new Raptor with a bunch of Audison, with Zen A to B and thesis stuff and all this other bunch of lasered stuff. And then
you guys did the thesis mids and highs.
Yeah.
How do you like those mids? I have the Boches in my own personal car, and I always try to push those on people because I think the price point is good. But what do you think about the thesis?
What was funny because with this guy, they're incredible. They were absolutely insane, and we made these really cool panels that he'll never see that matched them, clear with black and all this other shit. It was funny. The guy came in and he was like prima.
Okay, so you run a 6.5 in tweeter, or did you go three-way, or did you guys do a 2-way, 6.5 tweet?
We did it 2-way.
Two-way?
We did it 2-way. We did a he wanted the 5.1 and the duo. So we ran the duo on the mid bass, and then we ran the 5.1.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. What's a duo?
The two channel
Voce.
Yeah, so we did their big 2 channel. So like they have a 5.1K and another Mac 2 channel.
Great app.
And then we did their big DSP, one of the bit HD. The second one we did was a Raptor system that had the older 8-inch screen in the dash that we took out, made them a dash kit. iData, makes an interface for that. And, just that got a full Rockford system because that one it's their boat truck. So they just use it to pull the boat back and forth.
To pull the boat.
Yeah, so they use it to pull the boat. And so it's just like a party thing. So they just wanted it loud and stupid. Just get in the car after on the way and just set the mood. So we just put a bunch of Rockford stuff in it, and yay! But we do a lot of F-150s. So dude, it's an F-150. We do like back-to-back F-150s.
You know what those are called in Mexico, bro? They're called lobos. The lobo, lobo is a wolf. In Mexico, it's not key. It's called a lobo, and a lot of F-150s are built in Mexico. I'm not from Mexico. I'm from here, but I know I've seen them there in the plants. It's pretty gnarly, bro. It's pretty gnarly to see the whole trucks like they're. Which is a cool truck, and the Raptor's rad, bro. Don't you think the Raptor's a good truck? Is it popular in your guys' area? Because it's popular,
we do. Like I said, we do 1 or 2 F-150s a week, but that's what we filmed.
How about Raptors though?
Not too many Raptors. Florida's kind of flat, even though everyone buys really jacked up truck. So they buy regular F-150s and put them 5 feet in the air.
I went to Florida.
Hurricane.
I went to Florida a couple times, and I noticed that there was a lot of exotic, shitload of like yachts that we never see here. But I noticed that there was not a lot of lifted trucks, super like raised trucks, and there'd be no reason for you to have a Raptor in Florida, I would assume, because there's no off-road terrain.
So what I'll do now is every lifted truck we do, I'll send you a picture of.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of lifted trucks in Florida.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I used to live in Orlando. There was a ton of lifted trucks.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. I think that's more
Daytona
Texas,
Beach
California
truck
kind of
meet.
thing.
But they're
Let me
multiple.
tell you what, we have a step stool in the install bay because we can't, we just that many lifted trucks. It's like, Fernando's like 5'2", so we have step stools.
Dean, when you say lifted trucks, are these like lifted with like 18-inch wheels and like, are we talking 33s, 35s? Are we talking 40s? Like, are they monster trucks or are they like?
They're
stupid
like,
lifts or? usable
No,
lifts.
we're like 35 to 40. 35 to 40 is the typical
40's
size.
good. 40's
Yeah.
big, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's
Well, I
the
see
kind
like-
where they're,
I see
they're
like
getting you in the
Chris,
chest.
I see Chris Pate doing a lot of like he doesn't even for Mexico, but I see that he's doing a lot of trucks that are doing like I guess in the ballpark of 35 to 40 inch, and like that's tall. But then I see some other dudes. I saw some show on like Netflix, and these guys were doing I think Arizona or Colorado or something. These guys are doing like 50s on the trucks, right? What is it, Gary? Remember
You're
this show?
talking about the Diesel Brothers in Utah.
No, not those guys. I've seen
No?
those guys, but no, well, those guys do crazy shit because they do like
Yeah.
6-door trucks. But there's another group of guys, man, I can't remember. I saw this whole episode, but man, these guys are doing like big ass trucks, bro. And they're putting the LEDs on the bottom. And I see that in Texas, maybe on the West Coast, but I don't see a whole lot. And when I went to Florida, I didn't see that either. You guys think you guys are doing like big giant truck builds? I just you ever been to SEMA? You've been to SEMA, right? You guys been to SEMA?
Yeah, no, I mean, we've all
The truck show?
trust me when okay, so the thing you gotta understand, Jaime, is that there's a lot of money here in Florida that is just silly, stupid money. And these kids all drive F-150s, they all drive F-250s. I mean, we had a 19-year-old kid come in last week with an F-250 that jacked up, the full suspension kit, the full hydraulic steering, you know, and it's like, it's an F-250. It's a $70,000 truck.
When you say jacked up, it doesn't mean he messed it up. Because when somebody tells me,
No,
it's you jacked it up, you jacked it up.
No,
bro.
he
You know,
lifted
right?
it. You know, when I walk
Yeah,
up to the truck and the hood is right here at the top of my head, okay, that truck is tall.
Yeah.
Okay, you know,
Well,
I gotta
'cause
go.
when you say right here, if I jacked it up, that means, hey,
Oh,
bro, you
yeah,
fucked
yeah.
up, bro. You jacked this
Yeah.
guy's car up, right?
Yeah, well, we're in the South. We can call it jacked up.
Oh, you're in the South? That's the
Florida
South?
is South. Florida's
Yeah.
South, man. We're the southernmost point in Florida. Where Adam is real close to the southernmost point in Florida, or in the country.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
About an
I'm
hour
from the
and a half.
West, bro. I don't even know what's going on, bro.
We're on the other side of the country. You're on that side. We're on this side. You know.
East
So I
Coast,
know how to
West
read the
Coast.
fucking map. I read the Pledge of Allegiance was every day for me, okay? Come on.
I had to go out and buy tire. I had to buy 44-inch tire skirts. So when we get
44
these
is
trucks in.
huge.
Oh, well, that's because we took a tape measure and I was like, okay, what are we doing? Because we do a lot of Jeep Wranglers, and there again, the Jeep Wrangler market here is ridiculous. These guys
Oh,
put, you know, it's
Good for
like,
you, man.
you know, $15,000 wheels and tires on them. You know, it's like, you know, making backup camera mounts for Jeeps is kind of like, okay, what are we gonna do for this?
I'll say to Dean, like before Dean, who was really taking pictures of a lot of wiring, right? Like, so a lot of what people were seeing was a lot of application stuff until
No doubt, bro. I'm
and that's-
100%, bro. He made me wire shit better because he taught me the right way and a better way. Even though, you know, my opinion or whatever about wiring, dude, the guy made me step my game up.
But it's all I'm saying is
100%.
it's what people see, so which makes it harder. So traditionally, like, you know, the finished product of what this trunk looked and what this fab stuff looked like, that's what people took pictures of. That's what people saw. And, you know, Dean helps bring wiring to the forefront, where now we have
100%.
groups dedicated to, you know, showing wiring, you know what I mean? And that wasn't something before, where a lot of people, I'm not
Yeah.
saying a lot of people, but I mean, to Gary's point, there's some things that look great on the outside, and then, you know, when you peel it back, then it's like, ugh, you know, what's happening
No.
behind here, you know?
I'm with you. I'm on the same team. Dean, thank you, because you made me step my game up. I promise you, brother. You know
And
that,
I'm going
right?
to say, fuck you, Dean,
I
because
even
now
said
all
that.
my customers expect every inch of everything. It's a
Every
know,
2
you-
inches.
You know, we never got to my build, but my build was in KnowledgeFest in Long Beach, and Dean was there, and him and Fernando, and he was like interviewing me, and I said, you know what, dude? When I was building this fucking thing, I said, what would Dean do? And that's why you guys are wrong in saying, well, not necessarily wrong, but I wanted to make the best that we could do, and Dean taught me that, or he showed me that. He's like, hey, dude, like, how's your wiring? Before he even talked to me, and he interviewed me, he was real respectful, and he did make me better without even meeting me ever once in my life. And I get a lot of work from Dean, I hate that you don't own the shop, Dean. I hate that you are not 5-star, bro. You should be, brother, because you're doing an amazing job. I love your videos and everything, and you did make me do my wiring better. Every practice that you've done has perfected my practice, and I love that. Thank you. That's it.
you're
And
welcome.
apologize.
Right. So now we'll let Dean talk. Sorry.
Oh no, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I do own my own business. It's just not 5-star. So,
I know, but you should,
yeah.
brother.
I'm good with that because you can own
Whatever,
your
bro.
own damn
Whatever
business.
you
I don't even know how I'm going to edit this.
No, I'm not trying to. Bro, man.
Hey.
Episode 6 off the rails.
Maddie's making a meme with a picture of Jaime, and it says at the bottom, it says, "I'm going to tell my kids this is Fishman."
All right, dude, I'm here for our industry, bro. We gotta make our industry proud, bro. So that's why we have to be the best we can be. You know, that's it, bro. That's all I got, man.
Hey, I got a question. I got a question for y'all. Even if this doesn't, even if it never makes it on a pod, I mean, can we do
Probably will,
like
John.
every week?
It
Like,
probably
seriously.
will, John.
Huh?
It probably will, Johnny.
No, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, can we, like,
Going on the podcast, bro.
phone calls like this? I'm just saying, like, sitting back. Gary, I was messaging you last night. Like, this to me is just, I miss these days. Like, this is what car audio used to be about. It's like everybody getting together and just hanging out after work, having a beer, drink, whatever, and just shooting the shit.
Yeah, it's 100%. I mean, we obviously this year has been just a fucking kick in the nuts all the way around.
Yeah,
but
Gary,
like
your
we're
fucking
used.
microphone sounds amazing, bro. You're so clear right now. I can hear the raspiness in your voice, bro. How do I get a good microphone?
Yeah,
Like,
but maybe it'll help you
no,
win
Gary
Installer
has
of the
to
year.
be like, holy shit.
Buy a real mic and maybe you'll win Installer of the year. But
oh my god,
100%, 100%. This is every after hours at a mobile solutions class. This is every after hours at SEMA, after hours at CES, like all of those things. Like this is that same thing for us. Like it's and without having any of that this year, it's kind of what we decided to do to like. I mean, at least so Matt and I had somebody to talk to. I mean, we've been locked up. We just work and see our family, and that's about it. And so it gives us at least once a week to sit down and have a chat and kind of reminisce and pretend like we're at the bar at the show.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's awesome.
Definitely.
And this, I mean, personally, this is helpful for me. You know, I'm socially shy, so like this is like takes the in-person thing out of it, and it makes it a lot easier, at least for me personally. So I appreciate it.
Cool. What else?
Gary, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This has been on my mind. So years ago, I think it was Car Audio and Electronic, they used to do these how-to like articles in the back of the magazine, right? Like
Brownie had a column each month.
But it wasn't always what Brownie did. It was sometimes he would interview other people.
For the most part, yeah. But it was mostly him taking one of the projects we were working on and just making it into a how-to.
And for some reason, and I apologize if it was not you, but for some reason it is you that is sticking in my mind that showed me how to they were making tweeter pods for sail panels.
Okay.
And they were trying to show an easy way to do a sail panel, like you take the factory sail panel and you want to mold an aftermarket tweeter in. And they were using Grill Cloth and CA glue.
It was probably Yotto.
Was it
I think
Yotto?
It was Yotto, yeah.
That has stuck with me for
Say it again. Say it again, Johnny.
years.
I'm sorry.
No, nobody tell Jaime the secret on how to make
no,
this
Wait, hold on. Okay, go ahead.
I remember reading this article and seeing that and going, holy shit. And I remember trying it and going, wow, it works. Because then what you do is you have the Grill Cloth and the CA glue, thin CA glue, and it's soaked in and it's bonded and it's good. And then you can backfill.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the sanding aspect of it is gone, and I still use that technique to today. So, by the way, guys, has everybody tried that technique?
Yes.
Yeah, we use it
pillars
for
like that on my truck.
Yeah. Okay.
What are we talking about, Johnny?
So we take it a step further. We actually use it with Tessa tape. Seriously, we'll make, because sometimes you need to make a back mold on something that you can just easily lay Tessa tape on, and then you cover it with the CA glue, and it makes an awesome back mold for what you're trying to build.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well,
gotcha.
I don't know if
The only thing I was going to say, though, about the CA glue thing is because I've showed it to a bunch of the guys that I work with, and I tell them, I'm like, number one, if you're going to do this, take it outside, you know, and they don't listen. And next thing I do, I turn around and look over by their toolbox, and they're standing there and they're going, oh, God. You know? And I'm like,
okay,
oh.
well said, John. Well said, John.
Yeah, that's an awful smell for sure.
Yeah.
I kind of like it myself, but, you know, I've
You
always
need help.
Right to the point where you tear up.
Yeah.
It's like the smell of solder. For some reason, you like that, and upholstery glue.
I love upholstery. Who doesn't
Sorry,
like
Yeah, what's wrong with upholstery glue?
Okay, what next?
A lot of
I don't know because it's not like we're using this.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you've
Matt's-
got to use this for
It's
something.
Matt just really doesn't want to have to edit this all up.
I wouldn't even buy. I tell you what, the industry would love this. This would be insane. This would be the most talked about podcast you're going to have in a while. I can guarantee you that. People would be like, oh my gosh.
This is
Hell, we might even talk about it and be like, dude, I was on a podcast the other night. You guys got to listen to this. You know that Matty guy that does all those cars? Yeah, him and this other guy hosted, this Gary Bell dude. I don't know. He has some kicker stories people tell us about every now and then. And yeah, go listen to this. They'll be like, what?
Wrap it up.
Bye.
So this was supposed to be like an Installer of the Year podcast before we went just crashing and blowing the rails up with dynamite. Is there anything that you guys would change, like feedback for Chris and the guys? Like, is there anything that you wish was different in the process,
Yes.
or anything that would make it better?
Yes.
What?
I wish that the judging process was more transparent. Meaning, like going in, like if you make top 12, okay, I'm pretty sure, I'm assuming, I don't know because I've never been a judge, but I'm assuming there is a score sheet that all the judges get, and it's like, okay, did he meet criteria 1 to 5, or you know, whatever, and then those score sheets get tallied, and then that's how you pick the winner. That's what I would assume. So if that was a little bit more transparent, as far as we knew more about what the criteria was and how it ranked score wise.
Well, you know what the criteria is going into it.
We know what the questions are, but I know there's more beyond that.
Are you basically saying like how much each one is weighted?
Right. What's the weighting on? Okay. How was his introduction? You know, how was his not
Sucked.
Yeah.
Sucked.
I think John, I think they do it on points, bro. I think they do it on
right. That's what I'm
scoring.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So I wish that was a little bit more transparent, so that we knew if
You can't, John. Look, dude, I haven't won. 4 or 5 years. No, seriously, dude. Everybody else has to have the same thing, and
I feel like
Right,
a lot of the guys who have won have gone. It's almost like being in school, and it's all those extracurricular activities, and it's the guys. Like there was no doubt. Like the year Matt won, the year Chris Pate won. Like there wasn't a doubt in the room. Like when it got down to it, right? When they called second place, there wasn't a doubt in anybody's mind who won, because Chris was so focused and so dedicated, and he worked his tail off, and it was obvious all year long.
100%.
That was the most important thing to him that year. More important than his business, more important than his family, more important than all of those things.
So I guess, Gary, that's kind of what I'm leaning on, is the fact that, like, so Matt, the year you won, I knew, and you can ask McNulty, we both knew that was your year. That was the year you were winning. When I look at anybody's year that they won, my question is, how much final video, you make your top 12 video, the videos that we all created and we all made and we all turned in, all 100% weighted on that video, or are they going back and also looking at your social media year, top 50 video? Like, are they looking at this other stuff? We knew more about how the weighting was on the different aspects of it. You know, like Solomon always says, you know, he always sends out the email, okay, these are the topics you need to cover. This is how you need to put it together. Have fun with it. But let me tell you, you're at the high level, so we need to make sure that it's entertaining or what, I don't remember the words that he uses. You know what I mean? So it has to
be unique.
Right, unique, and has to grab you. And you know, like Matt, when you won, video was fucking awesome. Right? House of Cards, fucking hands down.
That intro,
awesome.
yeah.
The intro. that was enough to just make somebody want to watch the video. The year that Tom won.
So I think it's a lot of things, right? It's a full package. It's not just being a good installer. It's based on effort. It's based on the amount of time that you're putting into it. It's about presentation. It's about the full package, right? I think the year Chris did it, he had reached out to like Mark from Car Audio Fab to help him with the video, right? Because he knew like his weakest part was the video itself. Again, it's the full package. Like when John Brettle wants to show who John Brettle is, you need to show that the best way that you can show that, right? Year after year, when you do that, I feel like you make progress in the way that you do that. And
Except for this year.
Well, I would say like if you look at years prior, I think that every year you could say that like there's different elements of stuff that you didn't have before, right? And obviously it's getting harder and harder because video editing is becoming more mainstream. So it's a lot more difficult to compete.
Right.
Whereas like maybe even when I competed, I think it wasn't mainstream, but it wasn't common as well, right? So the jump that my first top 12 video made, if I were to show you the 2014 video and the 2016 video, you'd be like, holy shit, this is like it's a completely different thing.
Well,
right?
If you watched your second one, you would have seen bits of your first ones.
When you're talking about the people judging are the people that already know you, the people that already see what you're doing every year.
I guess that was part of my question then.
Right. I know your presence in the industry. I know what you've done the entire year. Is that adding
like Santa.
Well, I was just gonna say he's fucking Santa Claus over here.
Is that adding bonus points for certain pieces of criteria? Possibly.
The internet or
I don't think he can hear us.
But really?
I mean, we can't hear you because your internet's cutting in and out.
You were cutting out. That's why I was doing this at the camera. I was like,
I think we got the point, Jaime, but you're locking up again.
I'm just saying, like, Maddie.
So,
we heard you, Jaime.
Yeah.
Your internet's breaking up so bad we can't understand you. Nothing wrong with your content, just
well, Matt, I guess that was part of my question. Is like how much of the judging is people that have followed you now all year long to see your progress. I'm curious as to how much of that weighs in on just the video.
Keep in mind,
beyond the video,
the criteria that you're given on judging of the things that you have to talk about. That is the main criteria. Are there
other helpful aspects?
Are there bonus points for each section of what you're doing? You know, of course there are, right? So if you're doing things in a way that's different, above and beyond, or different than the other videos that you're going to see, obviously you're going to score some sort of bonus point in that aspect.
And I think to a point, they don't want to reveal what's behind the curtain in a lot of aspects because I mean,
I just did.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
well,
you did, but you didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not asking for you to do that. You know, and you asked going forward, or Gary asked going forward, is there something that we can say that would help Chris Cook and the guys going forward? And all I was saying is a little bit more transparency. You don't have to be 100% transparent. Give us a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit idea of how these things get graded.
My impression, and again, I have no experience. I have no qualification. I have never tried this before.
That's
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Because you're a rookie.
Rookie of the year. I feel like the person who wins, when I asked you guys in the beginning how confident or how much you liked your video, right? The guy that knows he put it all out there and he put every inch of everything he had into it, right? The guy that was running for home plate and did the full Pete Rose dive, right? Like full all out into home plate. That's the guy that it's going to come through. Takeaway here is that, like, if you don't think you put every inch of you into it, then you didn't try hard enough.
That's
right.
What you said.
Nobody wants to see your video or see any of that and feel like that it was that you gave it 80%.
Right.
It'll come through in the video. There's no hiding. But I mean, again, that's part of that learning experience. Like I've always
just going back and talking about that intro. I know somebody mentioned the House of Cards intro. There was probably, I don't know, maybe 30 different time lapses that each took 45 minutes apiece.
Right, where you were just sitting in DC somewhere recording.
Yeah, exactly.
Just sitting in your car recording. I remember you. Yeah. I remember you told me that like personally, or I remember reading that somewhere or something. And I remember seeing that, and I was like, "Good God, man!"
And here's the other piece of advice. I think that installer of the year, you truly want to have like, you know, the Chris Pate win. It starts literally right after you lose. Like that moment, you just go full on and you don't stop. until
Yeah,
the next winner's announced.
You don't let off. I kind of equate this. We always joke that like when Brownie would do those articles in Car Audio Fab or look at me blending everybody together in Car Audio Magazine, you'd always see him put Rage Gold on a panel, and you'd always hear him talk about the clay stage of Rage Gold, and you'd see him go at it with 36 grit, right? But until you see somebody sand wet Bondo in front of you, right?
Yep.
It doesn't click at how fast you can bodywork a panel until you see that, right? You don't know how hard some of these guys have worked on their stuff until you watch some of those videos and you see how much effort went into it and all that kind of work. And I think that what I'm saying is that on the backside, when whoever is watching those videos is watching those videos, that stuff comes through. And it's
very
not always about the editing or the Jaime, how good of a videographer you are. It's not always about that. But it is about unique. It's just like watching TV. There's lots of shows on TV. Some of them catch your attention. Some of them catch somebody else's attention. Some of them are riveting and make you like on the edge of your seat waiting to hear more. And some of them are like, yeah, that was funny.
Am I the only one that this was their first year for any submission at all? I think so.
You bastard. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, Phillip, my first year that I submitted was 2014, back when Maddie first submitted too.
Okay.
And we both, that was our first year submitting, made top 50, and we both made top 12. Neither one of us won, obviously, but
right.
So yeah, props.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
That's impressive.
And it's shocking too, right? So you got,
yeah.
You did your top 50. You're like, oh, cool, I made top 50, awesome. And you go out and you collect your votes. You do everything you can get the votes, and all of a sudden you're like, shit, I'm top 12. Now what do I got to do? And you're like, oh my God, I got to put a fucking video together, like a real video together.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was, top 50, not to say that it was expected, but, it was put a good effort in, hopefully make it great, right? And then when they came out with the first, set of votes, whatever it was, and my name was like 8 or 7 or something like that, I was completely blown away and shocked, because one, being at a different retailer before I, came to Elevated, I had no idea, kind of how I was respected or stacked up against some of the other guys in the industry. And I think finally going forward and submitting my video for the top 50 would kind of help me understand kind of where I fell, because for the last 15 years that I've been doing this, I've always been really curious, like where do I fall within this group of talent? I'm following all these guys on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm taking cues from them and really looking up to these guys. And I just wonder, like, if I'm that role model for other guys as well, and to see, that I found myself in the top 12, I had to stay there, right? So I had to, go for votes. I had to, start campaigning and things like that, because once you already see your name there, you're like, oh crap, like I'd hate to fall out. Yeah, I'd hate to fall out of that, right? So, at that point, I had to, start really campaigning and get those votes to make sure that I stayed there. And that I had the opportunity to, make that top 12 video. And I definitely learned a lot about myself. This year has been the first year that I've done any sort of video editing or anything like that, being with Elevated. That's a real big focus here. And it's been a ride, it's been different for sure.
Well, I think the cool thing about doing the video is like you kind of, especially if you do it like year after year, or if you find yourself being in the top 12 multiple times, or even if you're just doing the top 50 each time, I think each year when you see your final rendered video, you can really understand how much you've grown and measure that from the previous year.
Yeah.
It's like looking back at an old install.
Yeah. It's like it keeps you hungry and understanding that if you keep having that drive, next year you should feel the same growth. And the next year after that, you should feel the same growth.
That right there, Matt, is the only reason that I do it.
Right.
Because I enjoy that process when, what is it, April, May or whatever, when they finally say, okay, submissions are, we're accepting submissions or whatever. I so much enjoy the self-reflection, because it gives me a moment to sit back and really, I think it was Jaime was saying something about how many thousands of pictures he has on his, stored or whatever, right? So I go back and I look on my iPhone and I go, okay, last year, and I go, holy shit. Like you forget how many things you've done over that past year, and you look at them and you go, oh, wow, I forgot about this. I forgot about that. And you go, damn, I thought that was last year. What you start to think about more of like how your time was spent and the things you've accomplished and done. Thousands of pictures you've stored. There's always jobs that you didn't take pictures of. Why didn't I take pictures of it? And you go, oh, crap, I need to make sure I take better pictures next year. I need to take pictures of everything.
Yeah, I'm treating my video like, any of the jobs that I do, right? So when I was done with my video, I was semi-proud of it. I was kind of in that 70 to 75 percent like the rest of you guys as far as how confident I was with the video. But the second that I sent that video and I was done with it, one, I was relieved that I was done because I had no idea how much work that was actually involved in that. And now that I know, next year is going to be a whole different game for me. And I'm already looking forward to, gathering that content and coming up with, having a whole year to game plan for this. Because like I said, this is my first year and just kind of diving, head first into, the top 12 video, top 50 video. Yes, it was intimidating, but it was a lot of work and it was something that I wasn't expecting. And now knowing that going into next year, I want to be even more prepared and have a better finished result, just like I would with any of my vehicles.
Awesome.
Can we run around the circle real quick? I want to get a guesstimate from you guys. How much time, how many hours you have into this process from step one? So, Dean, I'm starting with you.
Are you starting at starting at top 50 or top 12?
Top 50. Like from your first submission to today, how much?
I mean, I'm not normal in this regard because this is kind of what I do. I mean, this is my second job. So,
you're way faster at it than anybody.
Yeah, should have been easy for Dean.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I took a week off of the other. I took a week off of the channel to do both of the videos, and get them the way I wanted them and get it all buttoned up. So, on and off, between filming at the shop and this was Fernando's first year to enter, and I forced him to do that because I was like, dude, you got to enter. And so, I did his, I did his for him, and then I did mine, and then I had the 2 videos to make. And so, yeah, I took a week off of normal every night because I edit 4 nights a week anyways. So, yeah, it was, we 4 or 5 nights just doing that stuff.
Nicholas, what about you?
You can call me Nick. Not that formal. I'll be honest, this year, I kind of dropped the ball with dedicating time to it. I just was so busy at the shop and what have you. I just found that every time I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it, I end up falling asleep on the couch. But, this year, probably between all the videos and trying to edit them, it was a good hour to an hour and a half each night for a good 4 or 5 days. So
somewhere in that 5 to 10 hour range, John.
Yeah.
So top 50, I spent literally about 15 minutes, maybe an hour and 15 minutes by the time I edited it on my top 12. But I also tried to do vendor this year, so I focused actually more on that. And then when I got into top 12, I probably spent 2 to 3 hours a night. I had everything kind of put together, spent an entire Saturday down here in the basement with a green screen behind me, and recorded all of my audio, all of the voiceover stuff I wanted to do. The whole idea was that last week was going to be, let's put it all together. Do what, Monday night, I think, right at midnight or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
And that was the night that I probably spent, or the day I probably spent almost 10 hours trying to finalize everything, and I still couldn't get it to where I wanted it to be.
Yeah, so you're probably up in the hour range.
30 to 40 hour range total, yeah.
That's probably where I was.
But unfortunately, Matt, on your last one, you had 30 to 40 hours of good time.
Phil, what about you?
For me, being that this was, my first video, I didn't know what to expect, so I kind of was all over the place when it came to my top 12 video. Andrew, our shop owner over here, was doing my top 50 video for me, so that made it a little bit easier. I probably had about 2 hours into that between scripting out the the questions and filming, and then he did all my editing. But he told me I was on my own for my top 12, so at that point I was kind of thrown to the fire and just kind of had to figure it out. And he showed me a couple of different apps to use on my phone to do some video editing and stuff like that, because when I had first tried on my MacBook, anything that I would load on there would just overload. You'd hear the fan start spinning. It would get really hot, get really laggy, and my MacBook just wasn't up for it. So he showed me this, app on my phone, and I started, kind of messing with that. And, between all the time filming and I would say more time than anything editing, between the 2 videos, if I had to guess, probably 45 hours total for a couple weeks. And that's just because I didn't know what I was doing, just trying to figure it out and stumble through it and get comfortable in front of the camera. That's something I've been working on this year. But it was a tough process for me. And like I said, I'm already looking forward to, creating the content for next year, knowing now what I have to do.
If you had to do the same video over starting now, do you think you could do it in like half the time, or?
I would probably say I'd probably spend the same amount of time. It would just be twice as good.
There you go. All right. Marty, what about you?
I think my top 50 video, I spent probably 8 or 9 hours getting that done. And then once I made top 12, I stayed after work every night for about 3 weeks for probably about 4 or 5 hours and had my video right to the point where I was happy with it. And then the next day I went to go and have a look at it, and it came up and said that my trial of the video software had expired, and it wiped everything.
I remember.
Oh man!
I lost absolutely everything. So then I had to go down, and I went to Futuresoft there, and I bought new software, and I had to learn it and start from scratch. And I had 4 or 5 days. I hammered down and probably got about 20 hours into it. Submitted it at probably with about 10 minutes to spare. And I had to do 2 videos because I had to do Trusted Tech as well.
I ran into some uploading issues with mine. I've never uploaded a video that was anything on YouTube, but let alone an hour long video. I had no idea how long it took. So needless to say, I was definitely late on my submission. I think it finally loaded up the next day.
Oh god!
I couldn't get mine to render because it kept on telling me errors in the software that I had. Just you would get to where the error was, and it would just turn itself off. It wouldn't say error with this. So
what program were you using?
I had to watch it and see where it stopped, and I figured out where in the video it was, and it was because I was doing adding some pictures as I was talking, and those pictures that I added in a certain layer caused it to glitch. So I had to go in, re-edit each clip, take the pictures out, put them on a whole different layer below everything, and then try and render it.
Yeah, you don't realize how long it takes certain computers to render a video until you render a video.
Oh, I don't know. You don't really realize how many layers there are to a video either.
It's kind of like learning a new DSP software, only worse.
Yeah,
It's not that bad.
I was using my MacBook Pro, my iPhone, and my iPad. Crazy. I'm sorry, Gary. Back to you. I don't know where we left off at.
Adam's so freaking patient. He's just down there
Adam's
like
it's
my turn.
Yeah, that's all right. No, I'd say I'd have like 40 to 40 between the 2 top 50 videos and the 2 top 12 videos, and then luckily I'm pretty good with photo editing, or I use Adobe Premiere, and I'm 37, so 20 years ago in high school I took e-production, and nothing really has changed in Premiere in 20 years. So that worked out well for me, but the rendering takes a lot longer than I thought. I have an iMac. I dumped almost $1,000 into it and upped it up to 128 megs of RAM, and that helped substantially. But still, for all the video I shot at 4K, 60 frames per second, it took almost 4.5 hours to render and export out of Premiere, and then a couple hours to upload. But I was shooting content throughout the whole year. You're gathering pictures. I take, just like John and just like a lot of guys, even for my own personal portfolio, I take pictures of behind the scenes of stuff that you'll never see just because I like to do it. And
you want to remember where that wire was.
Not only that, I mean, just back to what Matt said, you can see your growth in your own photos year over year. You look back at your old work, you look back at the things that you've done or you would have done differently, and having a catalog of that. And that's one thing that, we've been so busy lately that I haven't had as much time to do as I normally do. Up everything. I don't care if it's a Deck and 2. I don't care if it's whatever. the simplest install out there. With the client's permission, we post it. And it's just brand awareness, reaching out to our local demographic, letting know that we're here. And I've gotten a lot of people walking through my door just because they're like, hey, I had a BMW X1 and I saw you did an X1 and did replace the headlights on it. I didn't even know you could do that. Could you do that to mine? Absolutely. Come on in. Even though it's maybe not the most highlighted install, you think it may be mundane, it's something special to somebody. So I had plenty of content, just not plenty of time. So it was a lot of late nights and a lot of after hours getting it done.
All right. Mental note. I may put that off another year.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how many of you, we talked about going back and looking at our previous installs over that. How many of you guys we haven't had cameras in our phones, forever? In the day, I was taking pictures with a disposable camera or my small Sony point and shoot, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah, we just, when we did the podcast where we talked about some of the old cars that I had done, I literally was pulling out, I'm going to open my desk right now, but I was literally like pulling out printed photographs from like, there you go, Anthony Kiedis's Camaro we talk about in that episode. Right there, like printed pictures from disc cameras and like disposables and like all sorts of stuff.
Chris McNulty had asked me, I think it was 2 years ago, he was working on a car with one of his guys or something like that, and he said, hey, do you remember something that you did? I was like, oh, God, yeah, I think so. He's like, do you have any pictures of it? And I was like, oh, I'm not sure. I don't have them on my phone, obviously, because it was so long ago. And I remember I went over to one of my photo albums, and I opened it up, and it brought back so many memories. So what I did is I created an album on my phone where I just took pictures of the picture.
Oh gosh.
So I don't know if this is going to show up or not. So this,
there you go.
And look at the date in the bottom corner there.
Yep. There you go. I have a binder with the clear pages and pictures in it, right?
Yes.
No, that I used for my job interview at Alpine. Like I still have it in the garage. Like, and I looked through it. I saw it the other day. I pulled it out. I'm like, oh, this is like embarrassing.
I still have I call it my resume album. I come down here and it's like nobody knew who the hell I was. So I was like, oh God, I gotta find a job. I typed up an actual resume. I'm like, but this doesn't show what I can do. So I literally went through a bunch of my photos that I had and I put them in a binder and I put little labels on them and stuff like that. And I took him in and I talked to the owner and I said, here's some of the work I've done. And it gave him an opportunity to like flip through and physically see some of the work I had done. It's just really cool to look back on that. Hey,
I remember back in the day they used like shops. That was the thing. You'd have like a binder stand and you'd like flip through pictures of old installs. That was. Yeah. Hey, we can take a quick cut right here and then we'll wrap up. I feel like it's getting late. Okay, so we'll wrap that up. I appreciate all you guys taking the time. Good luck tonight. We're saying tonight, even though I guess this isn't going to air on that.
So. Yeah, that's not going to air for that.
So if one of you guys wins, we'll have you back on the podcast. Any last words? Anybody have any last thing, or everybody's just tired?
Just thank you guys for doing this. I mean,
thank you for doing this. This was awesome.
I mean, from the awards to the podcast to everything else. I even said in one of my videos, there's not many industries there that would push people in their industry to do much and do better and work harder and better themselves more than what I see inside this industry. The tight-knit group and community that care about the industry as a whole, not just their shop, their business, their demographic, are the people that I continually see grow in this industry. So, and all those guys have helped me over the years, and I've reached out to them, and they've let me pick their brain and bug them and ask them questions, and I pay it forward to anybody who calls me. I get phone calls all week long from techs all across the U.S., and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Amen.
Yeah, just thanks everyone, and good luck to everyone.
Yeah,
good luck, guys. Same for sure.
Jaime still hasn't. Jaime's throwing up gang signs.
He's doing sign language because he's muted.
That's not going to translate well when we're just audio, but
yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys, and like I said, good luck, and we'll be in touch soon, and excited. This is definitely going to be something interesting, and
Hopefully, you can at least use some of this call.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll dice it up into something.
You get 3.5 hours.
Dean, I may call for some advice while Matt's on vacation.
See everyone.
All right. All right. Have a good night,
guys.
You guys.
I gotta find the stop recording button.